Hello everyone, thanks for coming out here today. We really do appreciate you. Thanks for your continuous support and thanks for always staying tuned to our channel. We're here to keep you updated with the latest and most authentic happening in our country. The news we have today is from the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. We all know recently one of the presidential media presidential aide, wrote made some allegations against the person of Nnamdi Kanu, stating that he is involved in some fraudulent activities and all of that, and Biafrans rose up and gave him a backlash. Right now, what Nnamdi has done, he has stated, he has revealed what he actually submitted to the U.S. Department that has rattled Presidency and to instigate that kind of hate speech and allegations against Nnamdi Kanu. We'll get more details in a moment. But before we do, guys, please, if you haven't yet subscribed to our channel, click on the subscribe button down below and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Hit on the like button. It really does mean a lot to us. So, right, let's get more details about what Kanu has revealed. What we submitted to U.S. Department that rattled Presidency, Ipob. The indigenous people of Biafra, Ipob, has released the document it submitted to the United States Department that triggered panic in the Presidency, which accused the Ipob of engaging in international propaganda, accusing the federal government of persecuting Christians. Ipob's submission, entitled Nigeria, A History of Serial Genocide and the Urgent Need for U.S. Intervention, presented by Ipob leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on behalf of the group, drew the attention of the U.S. to an alleged violent Islamization that is taking place in Nigeria against Christians and Jews, especially of Biafra extraction by the Buhari government. The group had warned that the Islamization is capable of causing another genocide in Nigeria as it did over 50 years ago ahead of the Biafra War. As shall be demonstrated, this Islamization is by both states and non-state actors that enjoy the patronage and tacit support of the state. It is such that may lead to another genocide that will offend the conscience of nations, including particularly the United States, which possesses the singular capacity to intervene with lasting solution, Ipob warned. The group also told the U.S. Department that Nigeria is an oil-rich country and a regional power in West Africa and a multi-ethnic and multilingual country with a population of about 180 million people, with three major ethnic groups, the Igbo, the Yoruba, and the Hausa Fulani, and 250 other smaller ethnic groups. The Hausa Fulani are predominantly Muslims and live in the northern Sahel part of Nigeria. The Yoruba, who live in the southwest, are split almost evenly between Muslims and Christians. Yoruba Muslims profess a moderate form of Islam as opposed to the more fundamentalist Sunni practice observed in the northern Nigeria, and from which the Boko Haram and Fulani headsmen Islamic terrorists emanated. There is a small Shia minority amongst the majority Sunni Muslims that are ruling Nigeria. The Biafrans, the centerpiece of this submission, inhabit the southern east part of Nigeria with a population of over 70 million. About 50 million of them, the Igbos, speak the Igbo language and are predominantly Christians, but with a rapidly growing Jewish minority. Their land is blessed with human and mineral resources, including hydrocarbons. Biafrans are very commercially inclined, industrious, and are given to scholarly and professional pursuits. They had an established democratic institution even before colonization by the British. They are very republican and elegantry in nature and coexisted peacefully with their neighbors prior to colonization and their amalgamation with the rest of Nigeria in 1914, Ipob explained. Noting the injustice the Igbo race, Biafra, has been going through allegedly in the hands of the Hausa Fulani, Ipob recalled that what they went through during the 30-month civil war when a total of 3.1 million Igbo people were murdered between 29th May 1966 and 12th of January 1970. Ipob added that had Biafrans not unilaterally declared its independence in order to protect itself, the massacre would have been incalculable. Most Biafrans, especially the Igbos, were slaughtered in their homes, offices, businesses, schools, colleges, hospitals, markets, churches, shrines, farmlands, factories, and industrial enterprises, children's playground, town hall, refugee centers, cars, lorries, and at bus stations, railway stations, and airports. In the end, the genocide was enforced by Nigerians simultaneously pursued land, aerial and naval blockade and bombarded of Biafra land, Africa's highest population, densely region outside in the Niger Delta. In other words, even in their own heartland, when they had taken refuge, they were pursued and eventually subdued. Excuse then, as it were, was that Nigeria was prosecuting a war of reunification. On the contrary, there is a quantum evidence that the war was provoked in order to accomplish the genocide that had begun against Biafrans generally and Igbo particularly. The difference this time was to take it to their homeland where they had fled and taken refuge under the defunct Republic of Biafra, the group submitted. The struggle for actualization of Biafra, Ipob said, we are aware of the propaganda emanating from the Nigerian government and northern Nigerian Islamic fundamentalists aligned with the government that the neo-Biafran struggle for self-determination is an ethnic backlash against President Muhammadu Buhari just because he's an Hausa Fulani Muslim. We stated unequivocally that this is false and petty. The truth is that the post-war struggle peaked in the mid-2015 when Mr. Buhari systematically embarked on his jihadist policies, coupled with his open toleration of Fulani herdsmen terrorists that had simultaneously commenced an intense ethnic cleansing of Christians, including Biafrans. This was also immediately following a well-publicized comment by Mr. Buhari during his campaign for presidency that an attack against Boko Haram is an attack against northern Nigerian Muslims. Little wonder then that Boko Haram terrorists has peaked to new heights since Buhari's presidency. In the face of Mr. Buhari's anti-Christian posturing and his complicit inaction to rein in on herdsmen and Boko Haram terrorists, Biafrans responded by organizing themselves under a group named the Indigenous People of Biafra, led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a devout Jewish adherent of dual Nigerian and British citizenship. Wow. So guys, this is what's going on at the moment. We know last week we read that news as well about what Presidency stated about Ipob and about his leader Nnamdi Kanu. So right now what they have stated is they've just explained openly that they don't have any hidden agenda. All they are against is this killings of the Fulani herdsmen that Buhari is doing nothing about, and even the Boko Haram. And if you listen closely, it was from 2015 that this killing really took its peak. When Jonathan handed over, it wasn't this bad. As soon as Jonathan handed over, it became this worse. And also, Ipob have pointed out here that during Buhari's campaign, Buhari stated something openly, that an attack on Boko Haram is an attack on him as well, an attack on the Fulani's herdsmen. So indirectly, he's supporting these people, these herdsmen. That's why these killings are not coming to an end. It's truly sad. Now we all know why they are trying to blackmail Biafrans and Ipob and also the leader of the Indigenous People of Biafra. So guys, that's the news reaching us at the moment. Nnamdi has explained, and he has even, this is the document he submitted to the United States of America to come to the aid of Nigeria and to see what President Muhammadu Buhari is doing in the country. So guys, leave your take, leave your comment down below in the comment section. Would really love to get on in a healthy conversation conversation with you. And please, guys, if you haven't yet subscribed, click on the subscribe button down below. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit on the like button. It really does mean a lot to us. We really appreciate you once again. Till I come your way again, bye for now and God bless.